Hey you folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017! We are still in our third season here as Ayr United, and we are trying to complete out our first season of the Premiership League over here in Scotland. We only have a handful of games left to be played. We're going to play the Hibs today, a long-time opponent of ours because we both started in the Championship League together. So our squad for today, well, we're going to load them up in a second here, but it's going to be pretty standard. Our two new strikers up front, our two old strikers as a backup over here. Manuel Thomas has been doing overall fairly well for us, although Chris Maguire has been a little stronger of late, so we're going to be starting him over here. Ebu Adams, Andy Geoghegan, and Gary Fraser in the middle. Again, what we're going to do is pair up with the dual box-to-box midfielders and see how people will do. Ebu, not quite as comfortable in that. He actually is much more comfortable playing as a ball-winning midfielder. But he is, in theory, our second best person in that role. What are your actual stats like for this? You're going to need a fair amount of stamina and speed. But, I mean, yeah, you're in, the double digits, 12 pace, 13 stamina, decent acceleration and strength. I mean, your tackling's not even that great for a ball-winning midfielder. Neither is your aggression, actually. So I think we're going to make sure we're explicitly retraining you to be a box-to-box midfielder, because I think that might be a little bit stronger. Must improve off the ball. What's your first touch? It is at a 9, which isn't too bad. Your off the ball, you know what? I kind of agree that boosting that would be a little bit nice. I was just looking. I got an email here. Encouraged by match preparation. Great. Jim Gray over here. This guy here, who is 17 years old. Look at his potential ability over here. Really potentially quite high up. He's only going to be developing as a central defender. But he's got that 18 determination, which is sick. Work rate's a little bit low, and I don't know if there's any way to specifically train that up. It would be nice if we could. He does have to improve his marking a little bit, but it's already on the way up, which is going to be nice. Yeah, composure, leadership, off-the-ball positioning. I don't think there's anything we can do about his work rate specifically. I don't know if that's something you can tutor for. The problem is he's got such a high determination that I'd be worried that any tutoring might actually bring down his determination, which would be far from ideal. But that's something else. We'll leave him to the under-20s and see how he does over here. So let's go ahead and continue into today's match and see what our preview is. Available players for the under-20s match. What we're going to do, not selected for first team, although it doesn't say, hang on, let's go ahead. We're going to set until fit for everyone over here. And do we know if these guys have been selected? Because I would hate to, double them up. Magat's a sub. Well, I guess not, because all these guys have enough sharpness that they're definitely are not selected. They're not going to be in there. So yeah, that's going to be okay. Some of our subs might be scheduled for the under-20s tomorrow, but that'll probably be fine. So we're going to go ahead and get going with that. See, like Craig McGuffey over here, I think that would be fine to give him a little bit more something. He'll still only be a sub in the under-20s game, so he shouldn't be too overwhelmed, which is going to be important because we do have our game against St. Mirren over here, and we actually might, because of that, want to avoid having anyone work in the second one, actually. Is it too late to change this? You know what? I'm just going to make them all unavailable. I'm still a little bit worried about sharpness. Maybe the people with, truly... Yeah, hold on. Let me go back over here. We're going to set all to until fit 90 per match. But some of the people who are a little sharper, we're going to remove you in the 80s as well. And these two, because we might need you for the next game. All right, let's do something like that. All right, match preview. So today we are playing at Somerset Park in Ayr. It is rainy and chilly. 5,500 tickets sold. That's really good attendance for us. Referee, a little aggro on the yellow cards. We'll have to be a little bit on our guard. One of our players will be missing the next game because of hitting a yellow card limit as well. Winning here would be very nice because it would definitely put us into 7th position. Again, the important thing here is to make sure we get some points ahead of St. Johnstone. I mean, the higher up we are, the better overall, but it's really about avoiding that relegation contest. And yeah, the higher up we can go in our placements, I think we will, or standings, we will get a little bit more money over here. So that's going to be good. The Hibs have beaten us more than we've beaten them in the past, but it's a home game. It's a whole other day, whole other chance. We're going to be playing our 4-3-1-2 control, flexible option over here. We are going to be using play-out defense because that seems to be working very well in this league with the players that we've got up front now. Or play out defense, certainly. Run at defense is what I was talking about over there. Work ball into box always seems to be a good idea in general, to be honest. We're clearly going to be exploiting the middle because we're going to be really pressuring the ball up through the middle, much more probably than moving up the flanks, although we will be looking for overlap, which will encourage our fullbacks to move forward, and we might incorporate a little bit more there, and slightly lower tempo. Think a little bit more on things, and it seems to be working okay. Our familiarity is getting better. The formation is still not all the way there, neither is the tempo, but we're mostly fluid in most areas, so we're going to hope that this works okay. Chris Maguire is probably the one who's struggling the most with the position, but he has been doing fairly well overall. So, we're going to go with that. Advanced playmaker in two of these guys. Could even have like a deep line playmaker or something like that, but I don't think it's going to be as required, especially with the box-to-box. I'm pretty pleased with what we're developing over here. I'm feeling good about it. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a weird sort of mismatch with our players and their skills and things. I think we've done some very good recruitment here. I'm still looking to offload a bunch of people so that we can save some money. But I think a lot of it, unfortunately, is just going to be like sort of non-renewal of contracts more than actually being able to sell them, which is too bad because it would be nice to raise money that way. But at this point, I'm going to be fine with just cutting costs. We are still under budget, but the nice thing is if we cut costs, then that means we can actually spend more money on a few stronger players here and there. Fancy Ayr to win this one? Oh, good odd. Oh, no. You fancy Ayr, but the odd makers over here from Scotsman.com have the Hibs as a favorite. I'm liking our chances a fair bit. We'll see how much. You know, I think it's unfair to single out an individual. Yeah, when someone is missing like that, we'll see how it goes. They're playing a standard 4-4-2 over here. McBurney over here. That is an interesting name. What kind of advice would you suggest here? Tightly marking both of the forward seems to be okay. People have indicated that there is something on this screen. The show positions over here. That there is, in fact, something on the screen to set specific marking instructions on a per position basis, which was not, to me, obvious at any point, as opposed to FM 2018. So kudos to FM 2018 for making a little bit more explicit that these opposition instructions can be locked there, and they can do it from the same screen as well. So, I mean, we can say, hey, listen, even if there's a sub, always tightly mark these two strikers over here, which probably is a pretty good idea. I expect the team to pick up where they left off. We have just won 2 games in a row, which is great. I'm going to switch passing it. I'm using a fair amount of assertive here. We're going to pass. I'll go over here. I'm expecting you to win tonight. Okay, well, let's switch to a little bit more assertion over here. Give me a solid defensive effort. Seems confused. How's that confusing? I want you to get us control of the midfield. Okay, none of this is working very well. Let's just hold off over here then. Fair enough. I don't know why it's too much to be expecting this, but fine. Let's start the football match. So the Hibs are going to start with possession over here. Passing it back to Fontaine. How are our rules over here? We've got the extended highlights, which I think is going to be fine. Yeah, I'm fairly pleased with that. Still loving this layout so much more. Again, because it scrooches down that pass completed thing and lets you see the percentages. Just the breakdown of columns, so much better. Hoping that the next FM18 beta build or the release build will be cleaning up that match stats a wee bit more. Plenty of things about FM18 I like a lot. The in-game match tactics are not one of them. Oh, that through ball up to Nyane could have very easily been something. Felt like Nyane didn't really deliver that ball with conviction, but that pass, 10 out of 10. That must have been Maguire there. I didn't actually take a look. I was too busy, you know, QQing about FM18. Possession's a little bit mismatched now, but we're only 2.5 minutes in. Looks like someone's going to be getting ticked off. I think is just a warning as opposed to a card. Flanagan with the free kick does go a little bit wide, unfortunately, but honestly, not too bad getting over the wall. It's, you know, had some potential there. Some people are tiring a little bit earlier. Gary Fraser a little bit more than others, but overall okay. I can't remember. Is Gary Fraser a little bit older? Kalen Crane with another yellow card. He already hit his yellow card limit. He's going to be gone next match regardless. Fraser moves it far forward to Nyane. Nyane is going to be forced to send it backwards somehow. He's not going to shoot from here, is he? Come on, you got a playmaker behind you. There's options there, buddy. Is there anything about his role that is like a shoot more, pass less, advance forward? I don't think so. Dribble more, get further forward, move into channels. I guess that might have been encouraging him to do that. Passing's not even that strong. Maybe his decision's a little off. I feel that that might have been a bit risky. It could be part of the run ball at defense that worked in. Still, Maguire with a free kick from just outside the penalty box. Gets it into Nyane, who is going to do what? He does center it up to Lamy! Lamy with his golden foot to match his golden head. This guy, though, has been such a good person for the team. Holy, beautifully delivered. Just, you know, kicks the ball directly at the empty part of the net, which seems to be... I'm not going to go out there and, you know, make any sort of truly extreme statements, but it seems to me that kicking the ball at the empty part of the net may, in fact, be the way to go. There's the pass. Do we have pass into space? Because it's feeling like that sort of thing is happening. I don't remember. No, we don't, actually. It's amazing to me that they're passing so aggressive. We don't have pass into space. We don't have more direct passing or anything like that. But people are looking to pass ahead of people a little bit more. Might be some other aspect of the strategy here, but I'm actually quite keen on it. I realize it's a little higher risk, higher reward, a little less possession-based. But it seems to open up a lot of possibilities. Maguire with the corner over here. McBurney knocks it away, and ooh, looks like there's going to be no one around to take possession for us, opening up a big offensive run for the Hibs here. Now, we have had 5 shots on, no shots off. Tony Ralston with a beautiful steal. It is going to lead to a throw-in, but honestly, that's probably a better situation than what we were dealing with a second ago over here. I'm going to tell Caleb Crane, no, not from here. Where do we do it? Specifically, Caleb, I want to tell you to ease off on tackles. Ease off on tackles, buddy. Excellent. Now, it has to be a player instruction specifically. So I guess maybe I have to go here. Is this going to linger? Instructions for any player in this position. Add players here will follow their own personalized instructions. Now, I don't want it to be a permanent thing. So I don't know. Well, if we do a sub on Crane, we'll see what we can do. But yeah, listen. I don't see anything. I'm just looking very quickly. I don't see anything off that looks like it's I can set it there for just a player versus something else. Oh, Gray on the other side is getting a talking to. That can be a yellow card on the other side here. Let's see what's going on. Those are pass completion, 76%. Yellow card over there. And who is Gray? Can't open up the tactics screen right now. Opposition. Gray is defensive right. So I'm wondering if we should. Now I'm worried about making too many changes here because we don't have the world's most brilliant thing, but we could try to exploit the right flank a little bit more. I'm worried this would lead to too much confusion. I can't necessarily. If I do this, I don't know if like the familiarity drops or something like that. But let's see what we can do. So it's still going to be middle, but middle right. I'm going to target the guy who's got a yellow card, might not be able to tackle as hard, or if he does, he might get himself a second yellow and be sent off at that point. It'll be interesting to see. I'm worried that I'm confusing my team too much, but we'll see. Savage with the kick deep to Nyane, who does get it over to Ebu Adams, who sends it deep again. Nyane, are you going to be off? I can't believe it. I can't believe you didn't get it in there. As I say, I don't think there was offside because I think there was a guy on the left who was open. I can't believe you hit the crossbar in that position, buddy. I'm kind of disappointed. You're down to a 6.7. No, Adama over here, Nyane, is actually 6.9. He does have the assist, I guess, which is helping him out. But I'm feeling like he might be making some misplays there. Clear the ball out of the box. Johnson keeping up the pressure, though. Gets it to Church. He's going to have a real shooting opportunity. Alexis Savage deflects the ball away. It is going to lead to a corner, though, which is no less nervous-making. We are shooting them 4-1. We've got a possession edge as well. We've got better passing. We haven't had many tackles, so that's a little bit dubious, I guess. Oh! What is this going to be? It's going to be a goal kick for us. Okay. 8 shots on. We do have the goal as well. So, again, things seem to be going pretty well. Maguire taking another free kick. Gets it centered up. Looks like Yalmin was going for the header. Oh! Grant Gillespie draws a foul inside of the penalty area. So who's this taking it? Number 20. Who dat? Chris Maguire. Chris Maguire, can you deliver it? You've done some pretty good shots for us before. Can you give us the 2-0 lead? I keep thinking I'm going to say nil and then lead. Yes! Oh, the goalkeeper moved in the right way, but overshot it without dive either. That was, wow. I thought he was going to block that. Maguire with another goal coming in here. He's been a fantastic pickup for our team as well. Our entire forward team, I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Like, I loved our forward players a lot. Clearly, I do, because I didn't sell Craig McGuffey for like $1 bajillion when I should have. Maguire with another free kick here. They keep... Oh, my God. They keep drawing penalties on us, and dangerous close to the penalty box, because Maguire was taking a penalty kick from just outside on the other side, too. At this point, there could have been 3 penalties. Nyane, can you get the ball? Okay, I mean, you might get it tackled away, because, you know, I don't know, things. He was behind you, it's tough. We've got a fair amount of pressure on these fellas. Going to cross it over to the other side. Looks like nothing came of it directly. Maguire clears it out. Nyane is going to be able to pick it up. Sends it forward to Andy Geoghegan, who apparently picked up a yellow card at some point. Maguire over to Fraser. Fraser to Nyane. I think I should tell Andy Geoghegan to chill out a bit, because God knows he's very likely to draw himself another one. We could also just change his position, right? Instead of ball-winning midfielder, we could just play him as, I say, a defensive-minded midfielder, because the ball-winning has the built-in tackle harder. So we're just going to tell him to defend more. He is going to close down a fair bit, and we'll also tell him to ease off tackles here. So just chill back a little bit over there to try to prevent getting another red card quite so quickly. Adams gets it up to Nikicha, who hasn't had a lot of play, it feels, this time. Not a lot of, his name hasn't been coming up. Fraser has to send it back to Andy Geoghegan. Geoghegan to Maguire. Maguire backwards pass to Ebu Adams, who might be able to center it to us. Nope, too many bodies in the way. Maguire with the pass into the opening. Nyane sends it just wide. Nyane has not been able to get the ball in the net in this particular match here. A little bit disappointing, I've got to say. Oh! Get the ball taken away. Goes up to Johnston, who does send it wide to McBurney. He's got a fair amount of space here. We're not going to be able to take the ball away. It does get kicked. And relatively easy save by Savage. Too bad he didn't get his hand on it right away. I was a little bit worried that it might end up being something else, but we are going to have possession. Leading shots on, 2-to-1 ratio. Still fairly well ahead on passes completed. Almost a 10%, well, now literally 10% advantage there. Our tackling's gotten a little bit better. Yep, we're definitely pleased. I think we can be passionate about this. Like, very pleased with your performance. Looks delighted. I thought some people might be confused or something like that. I'm not entirely pleased with our actual specific strikers. The passes have really been coming to them. They haven't really been delivering. But yeah, Lamy with the kick, and then Maguire with the penalty over there. Exhaustion levels are pretty reasonable. Morale could be a little higher. I mean, god damn it, we're beating the Hibs 2-1. This is a team we used to have real problems with, you guys. You should be feeling a lot more excited about how things are going. We've got a 10% lead on the possession as well. Nikicha is going to be sending back to Kalen Crane, who gets it over to Chris Maguire. Fraser. Back to Maguire. Oh, Maguire gets it taken away. Lamy is able to keep up the aggression, though, getting a nice little interception there. Fraser moving it up a bit, and that is the end of that highlight. Okay, another free kick is going to be happening over here. Gillespie could be in trouble. Just a warning. He might have already had a yellow, actually. Could have been very close. Andy Geoghegan taking the free kick here, and it does go over a little too high for a goal kick over there. Oh my god, another free kick. How many fouls are these people drawing? Well, 2-to-1 ratio. Geoghegan fails to take that as well. I don't know why Maguire isn't taking that free kick anymore. It must have something to do with the side that we're on. That's going to be okay. McBurney with the offense. Geoghegan takes the ball away very nicely and gently. No risk at all of getting a card on there. Sent it over to Maguire, over to Ebu Adams. One-time pass it over to Nikisha, who's got to dump it away right away. Fraser's going to forward pass it. No, he gets it over to Ebu Adams. He's got to send it way back to Andy Geoghegan for a bit of a reset. Maguire is going to be forced to get rid of it before... There you go. You get tackled. Fraser. We do have the lower tempo, so it's very likely that people will hold up a little bit longer. To Nikicha. Gets it over to Nyane, who's got a bit of an opening for a one-timer. The goalkeeper reads that correctly. He finds himself in the right place with his hands exactly where he needs to be, even before the kick starts. Tom Flanagan getting a bit tired. He might be our first substitution here, just in terms of getting our defensive energy levels a little bit higher. We certainly don't want to be beaten on the defense. I'll have to double check. I don't think there's been any substitutions by the other side yet. I think that would show up down here. I don't remember. Nyane! Nice one-time pass up to Nikisha, who finds it! Oh my god! The very, very narrow window on the right side between the goalkeeper's dive and the goalpost. He just sneaks it in there with beautiful, beautiful finishing. I can't believe it's still only giving me a 6.8. I think my strikers really haven't been playing to a superb level of strength throughout. But, you know, what am I going to do? Complaining about a 3-0 win? Come on. Or lead, I should say. Not a win. Anything can still happen. There's a half an hour left to the match. Pollitt with a shot from a million miles away does go wide, or well over the net. They haven't had a clear-cut chance yet. They have had a couple of on-target shots so far, so there's definitely been some danger. It could be that the rain is really not working out with the strategy that the other team is playing. They might, I don't know. Fraser to Adams. Adams is just to Fraser, but he's going to need to dump it off to Maguire. Big sliding tackle by Martin there. Actually quite gorgeous, I got to say, and only hits the ball. They might be ramping up their tackling a bit more. They may have had more aggressive tackling instructions from the start, which is why they're pulling more fouls. I mean, our foul count's actually relatively similar. They must just be trying to hard tackle a lot more of aggressive people. Johnson, the real opportunity there. Beautiful centering pass to McBurney. I've got to give the Hibs credit there. I mean, it's unfortunate we're not going to be able to walk away with a clean sheet, but that was absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a quick look at the opposition situation over here. There have been substitutes out over here at this point, in fact. So we're going to tightly mark you, and that's probably all we need to worry about over here. Let's make that change to start off with. Because we did set the tightly mark instruction on the team for both forward players, actually, so it might be okay. We are starting to flag a little bit here. They may have changed their strategy. There might be something going on. Centering pass, I think, oh my god. That was insane. First of all, we're going to have to do something about McBurney. Oh, it was offside! It was offside! Oh, thank goodness. But McBurney here, whoop, pause. Who is... Oh, he was one of the strikers. He's setting up a lot of things. I think what we need to do... I think we might actually need to specifically tackle him a little harder here. Close down more. Like, he's setting up a lot of stuff right now. He might be playing as a sort of target man or some sort of playmaker type of role. He's clearly setting up a lot. We're also going to be doing a substitution or two in a moment here. Savage sends it deep forward. We do have to play out defense, so I'm still a little surprised about this. And Egan fails to win that header. Again, he's looking to tackle a little less aggressively. McBurney to Pollitt. Martin sends it over to Whiten, who's got a big open window. He does send it wide. Thank goodness for that. I was like, holy crap. We could have easily been 3-3 at this point. Think about it. If that goal hadn't been disallowed. Now, the only reason they got it in there is because they were able to sneak someone into an awkward position. But yeah. Let's bring in Magat for Flanagan. Let's bring in... You know what? We're going to sub out Andy Geegan because he's got his yellow card already, and we've got him holding back a little bit on his tackles. What I think I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to move Ebu Adams here because he loves playing as a ball-winning midfielder. Very happy to do that. I'm also going to make sure that, yeah, he does not have... Well, I guess because we changed his role, he may not have had the directions anyway. So, then we've got our tackle harder instruction going in the middle. He's only a 2-star, but he's got that. I think I'm still going to sub out Andy Geegan over here for Robbie Crawford, who's very comfortable playing in a box-to-box midfielder role. He's got a lot of general stats. It's going to be good. So, we've subbed a defender. We've subbed a box-to-box midfielder. We've got 18 minutes left. I'm going to let these two go. I could do a triple sub. I think I'm going to wait another few minutes, and then I'll sub out Chris Maguire here. He's getting pretty tired. Good performance. And actually, both our strikers, their rating has gone up substantially here, despite no more goals being delivered here near the end, but it's going to be okay. Daryl Magat picking up a yellow card right away. That's going to be all right, though. 10 minutes left. Yeah, I'm going to bring out Chris Maguire here, who's been playing very well for us. We'll give Emmanuel Thomas a little bit more chance to try to get his rating up as well. Again, a little bit more presence in the midfield, connecting up to our strikers, that sort of thing. I think that's probably the right place to do a sub. Oh! Big foul. We're going to get a free kick. Is this guy going to get carded? I don't know if he's already got one. We've got 3 yellow cards on our side. There's the yellow card. That is his first one, but it's 3 and 3 over here. No reds yet. All right, hold it play. Fraser goes down. McBurney tripped him, giving us another free kick. McBurney, he's going to get a yellow card as well. That's his first one. They're getting a lot of yellow cards here. I mean, I should give a assertive team talk and tell people on my team, calm down. Last thing, like, clearly this referee's got a bug up his butt today. We need to make sure... Whoa, Fraser just hits the wall. Does get it over to Emmanuel Thomas, who finds Crawford, who... Oh, does get it to Nikisha. Finally gets taken away. I can't believe how long we had possession in there. People kept dumping the ball right before a hard tackle coming their way. Really impressive stuff. We're still leading about 2-1 on our shots. Pass completion's up to 80% now, which is great. Tackles at 72, but that beats their 59. Like, all over the place, we're doing much better than them. Adams gets it over to Crane. Just gets it back to Thomas. We've got a bit of a sort of dense pack over here, which I'm not super pleased on. You know what I just realized? I think I gave that team instruction on the wrong side. Because I said exploit the right. it's the right defender, which is our left. So I did it the wrong way around. Still, it doesn't seem to have hurt us too much. I'm just removing the instruction, though, just to get us back to a little bit more baseline. McBurney advancing like a madman over here. He does take the shot. He had a possibility of maybe trying to pass to Martin, although Martin had a little bit of cover there. So that guy's dangerous. Certainly getting a lot of exhaustion. Again, look how close to this was to the penalty box over here. Crazy. Manuel Thomas with the free kick. A lot of people over here. This is like almost like a weird angled corner kick going on. A little bit more proximity. Lindsay does clear it, but Emmanuel keeps it going. Crane gets it over to Fraser, and he's going to take one of his longer shots. Does go well over. We know Fraser can deliver the ball from power, from a long shot, and that was just outside the penalty. That wasn't even a super long shot. Gary Fraser is getting pretty tired here. We've only got probably about a minute left in play. We're going to have to defend here if we don't want to get scored on again, but it looks like we are going to walk away with this from this with a win. Although if that had gone in, I would have felt really awkward there because it would have been really easy in 1 minute for them to get in the score. At this point, we could probably like go full defensive and time wasting, but I don't think we're going to need to worry about that. There's not enough time to really make a change, I suspect, although watch something happen here. All right, Daryl Magat, just going to reset it over to Savage. Alexis, what you going to do, buddy? Is it Alexis or Alex? I don't remember, actually. Fraser heads it over to Crawford, and we've got solid possession going on over here. 20 seconds left, and we are going to go on a full offense. Nice sort of cross-field pass. Not a cross, I would say, between our strikers here. Oh, does get taken away. Sends deep. Magat keeps it away from McBurney, which is great, because that would have been a possibility for a score, and I think we're about to get the whistle for full time any moment here. Fraser's going to try to send it quite far forward to the striker. I was going to say he might have time for one more crazy kick there, but that's it. They're going to cover their heads in shame. My team walks away. Very happy. Well done. This was a good win for us. Looking delighted over here. And specifically, if we look at the full ratings over here, I mean, I could praise individual people. You know, I don't know if Lammy would like it. Oh, that's the player of the match as well. So, I mean, come on. But his mood's already pretty good. You know what? I won't overdo it because I'm always worried about these guys. So that's it. A 3-1 win over our old foes, the Hibs, places us above them in the rating. If Johnson, I don't know if this reflects their final score from their play today. I'm not sure. But I think so, because it's 27 played. I don't know if it was 27 already before we came in, but they haven't advanced in numbers over here, giving us an even bigger margin to avoid relegation, which is our goal. And yeah, places us in 7th. Hearts, we could tie them if we win our next one and they lose. So an advance up the charts is still entirely possible, and it feels right now like we are, in fact, on fire. If we go ahead and take a look at our schedule over here, you can see, I mean, draw, win, win, win. Our next game is against St. Mirren, who's still in the Championship League over here for the Scottish Cup 5th round. If we take a look at our expectations were to reach 5th round. I would be disappointed, I would say, if we don't beat them here. It's going to be an away game, but again, against a theoretically lower tier team, and we've been playing like we're on fire here. So we're going to keep going with the control kind of mentality and going there. I will be going and making a video for the next match, even though it's away and, you know, still fairly early on in that tournament, but I feel like there's a fair amount of importance going on there for us, so we will see what we can do. Masendo got a suspension. That's someone who's away, though. Someone away on loan. And again, I think someone's going to be suspended in the next league match, but maybe it doesn't apply over here. I think it was Caleb Crane, but he seems to be all right now. So we'll see how that goes. We only have 4 days until the next match. I do have the training set to low this week. Oh my god, my power just went out. You're probably going to hear a beep, beep, beep going on here. I got to cut this video before my computer dies. Thanks for watching, folks. I will see you guys next time. Yeah, there's the beep from the UPS.